Hi everyone, welcome to my channel. Today's video is a bit different. I wanted to talk about my channel progress. I figured I'd also give some advice and tips on how to start your own Sims channel as well. These methods will also work with other types of channels too, but since mine is primarily The Sims, we will just stick with that. This video is more talky than visual, so feel free to let this play in the background while you do something else. So before I start, I'll give you all a brief history about my content creation journey. I've been making videos since, I want to say, 2008 or 2009. I started out with fandom editing. Two of my channels with those got removed for copyright, and one of them even had over 1,000 subscribers, which I've never had before. I made a third to continue, which had a good run and is still up. After I got bored with that and discovered K-pop, I did K-pop vocal covers. That channel also got removed because of copyright. Then I made a second channel to continue, and I just never did. Then I made my MMO channel, which again posted a lot of gaming guides and then got bored with it, and now I have my Sims channel. But wait, there's more. I then made another channel to post my concert videos on because I go to a ton of concerts. I was debating turning it into like a vlog channel of some sort, but I'm really not sure what to do with it. I always thought it was better to make separate channels for separate things, and maybe it still is, I'm not sure. The algorithm is kind of weird. Anyways, as you can tell, I do lose interest a lot and move around. But honestly, my best advice is if you want to start, I would recommend with just one. For that reason, YouTube for me would never be a full-time thing. Most creators probably want to do YouTube full-time, set your own schedule and stuff. However, every creator is different, and that is perfectly okay. Now, first things first, you will need a channel name. Try to think of something nobody else has that relates to your content. I know some just use their names, which also works too. As you already know, mine is loonaplum. I came up with it because Luna is one of my favorite K-pop groups, and plum meaning plum bob for The Sims. Jeju's representative fruit in Luna was the blood plum as well, so I feel like it kinda just tied it all together. I didn't always start with the name though. You can always rebrand and change it later, which comes in handy. I tend to get really bored with some of the names I pick. Now for posting your content, what worked for me was posting consistently around 3 times a week. This may or may not work for you. Do what is best for you and your schedule. I started posting regularly again back in December after almost, I think, a 3-year hiatus. This lasted until February, and then I started posting once a week as that worked out a lot better with my work and life schedule. What I always hear is that it's always quantity over quality. Once you gain at least a small following, you can post less and focus more on the quality. I've gained roughly, I think, 200 subscribers between January and mid-February, so I feel like that worked out quite well. When I started posting again, I think I had like 128. My channel is still growing, just a little bit slower now since I'm posting a lot less. And I'm pretty close to 400 as of filming this, so that's a pretty cool milestone. I've seen other videos on how to grow your channel, and everyone always says to pick a niche and stick to it. It's such an umbrella term though, sometimes it's hard to decide. My best advice for this is to create what you want to create. If you're passionate and your viewers see it, they will most likely enjoy it as well. My niche, I would say, is primarily Sims 2, as those videos tend to do a lot better than my Sims 4 ones. Also, I feel like Sims 2 is a lot less saturated. Coming up with ideas for content is honestly one of the hardest parts for me. I do have a notebook that I write ideas in, so it's a good idea to write stuff down. If you're stumped with ideas, you can always do create a sim challenges or build challenges. It's a very good start. My best performing video as of filming this is my favorite mods for Sims 2 in 2024 video. It did take a long time to edit and film, but it was definitely worth it. The funny thing is it really didn't get pushed out until like a month after I posted. So if you don't gain views right away, just keep going. Eventually, one of them out of nowhere will gain a ton of views. Another good tip for content is if you're able to, try to film ahead. Some other videos I watched recommended making like a month's worth of content before you even post them. When I was consistent, I would try to be like a week or two ahead. With life changes and stuff, that did get harder for me, but do what you can. Anything is better than nothing. And I'll briefly mention some filming and editing programs here. You can use whatever you'd like. I do know Premiere Pro is popular, After Effects, Sony Vegas. You can even use CapCut if you use your phone. Windows Movie Maker too, if that's even still around. For thumbnails, GIMP and Photoshop are the two I hear the most. These programs have a learning curve to them, so I would recommend trying them out yourself and watching some tutorial videos on it. Screen recording, I know you can use OBS Studio, or if you have Windows 10 and above, you can use the Windows 10 screen recorder thing that came with the little Xbox app. Audio, I personally use WavePad, it was free, and then Adobe Audition is good as well. I used to use that a lot in my K-pop cover days. Speaking of audio, I want to preface by saying you do not need to record your voice in your videos. You can still gain views on your stuff without talking in them. A good alternative is to just add text to your video if you want to mention some things, and then throw some non-copyrighted music in there and you're good to go. This is a big one, but please cross-promote your content. I do this a lot on my community tab on here and on Tumblr as well. TikTok and Instagram are great for that too, and Twitter of course is good as well. I'm sure most of you are curious about this, but I do want to mention how to get monetized. They've actually made it easier now, so to be eligible, you do need 500 subscribers, 3 uploads within 90 days, and 3,000 public watch hours for the year, or 3 million views on shorts. My sister is actually part of the program, which is why I'm mentioning it here, so I do have a tiny bit of knowledge on it. It does take a while to reach that goal and get approved. I'm still unsure how the earnings work. I do know that whenever you earn $100, they direct deposit it to you, but how fast or slow you get it depends on your channel. You could get paid multiple times a month or once every few months. It's not really consistent for a lot of creators. Also, I'm not really sure how much you get paid per view, but yeah, something to just keep in mind if you want to make a living off creating content. Anyways, I think that's it for this video. I watched a lot of videos on how to grow your channel and also just mentioned things I've noticed with my own channel. I do hope this was slightly entertaining and good to watch. I've never really done one of these before. Thanks for listening to me ramble though. I do appreciate you all for watching, and I will hopefully see you all in the next one. Bye bye.